Hello everyone, my name is Bipin Abram, and in today's video we are going to talk about electric field due to a dipole. So let's get started. So in the previous videos we have talked about dipole. So let's try to recap what was our electric dipole, right? So electric dipole was the assembly of two charges. One was positive, another one was negative. Two charges, but the nature of charges must be opposite, and when they are separated by some distance, let me call that distance to be d, then this assembly of charges is what you term as your electric dipole, is what you call as your electric dipole. Yes or no? Right? Yes, electric dipole. Now one very important terminology or a definition which I skipped in the previous video was, what is an ideal dipole? Right? Okay, ideal dipole. So what is an ideal dipole? So it's very simple. In an ideal dipole, the separation between the opposite charges is tending to zero, or it is negligible, right? So whenever this kind of dipole is there, we call that dipole to be ideal dipole, right? Okay, so for example, if I have plus q, I have minus q, and there is some separation, right? So whenever d is tending to zero, right, so that kind of dipole is what you call as your ideal dipole. Okay, great. So let's come to our main topic today. The topic was, we are going to find out electric field due to a dipole, right? So basically we will be discussing only two cases here, right? So what are the cases? We will be discussing about electric field due to a dipole on its axis, and the second one is electric field due to a dipole on an equatorial plane, right? Okay, so let me just write both the cases here. The first case that we will be discussing is electric field due to a dipole on the axis of it, right? That is the first case. Second case is electric field due to a dipole on an equatorial plane. Right? So what is an equatorial plane? We are going to discuss about it. So let's go with our first case, that is electric field due to a dipole on the axis of it, right? So let me just write it over here. Electric field due to a dipole on the axis of it, right? So this is the case that we are going to discuss first, right? So before starting this, we need to make a dipole first, right? So let me just make very quickly, let's make a dipole. So let's say this is my minus q charge, and let's say this is my plus q charge, right? And let's say they are separated by a distance of, let's say the total distance is 2a. So let's say this is the midpoint. Let me call this point a, b, and let me call the midpoint to be a, and let's say the distance between them is 2a. So I'll just divide it in a and a. I hope that is understandable, right? So this is my dipole. I got my dipole. I am supposed to find out electric field because of this dipole. And let me say, here is my point. Let's say at some point P on the axis, you guys can see this is the axis of dipole, right? This is the axis of dipole. So on the axis I have just put a random point P, right? So at this point P, I'm going to find out my electric field, right, because of the dipole, right? Okay, great. So let me just let me say this is from the center O to point P, this distance is r, right? I hope till now everything is understandable, right? Okay, now from here on it will be mathematical, so you guys need to be very careful and you need to understand it so that you guys can move forward, right? So first thing first, so I am supposed to find out electric field at point P, right? So how I'm supposed to do it, right? Basic thing is that you're going to bring a test charge and place it at P. Yes or no? So very nicely I'm going to bring a test charge q naught and I'm going to place it over here, right? So this test charge q naught is going to experience a repulsive force in that direction, right? In that direction because of positive q charge. Yes or no? Also it is going to experience a attractive force in that direction because of minus q charge, right? So I can simply say electric field on p due to b, or electric field on p due to a. Yes or no? Right? I hope I'm making sense, right? So electric field on p due to b is in this direction, and electric field on p due to a is in that direction. So this is because of minus q charge and this is because of plus q charge. I hope this much is understandable. Yes or no? Right? Clear? Okay, great. So let's move forward. So now I have made my diagrams. All I have to do is just find out the values here, right? Okay, so first I'm going to write electric field at p, at point p due to b. So due to b, what is going to happen? The electric field is, you guys can see it is in that direction and it is EPB, right? Yes or no? So I can very nicely write electric field at p due to b. It's a vector quantity and that is given as, you guys can see the distance between b and p. Distance between b and p is actually, you guys can see, is it r minus a? Can I write it like that? R minus a. I hope that is understandable. Yes, great. So I can write k plus q, right, divided by r minus a whole square. Yes or no? Right? That will be my electric field at p due to b. And direction, okay, direction of electric field, you guys can see direction is from b to p. Yes or no? So can I write direction is from b to p? Yes or no? I hope that's understood. That is our first equation. Clear? Okay, great. Let's move forward. Okay, next is electric field at p due to a. Now what is that? Now we guys can clearly see this is in this direction, right? Electric field at p due to a, right? It is in that direction, right? Okay, great. So I can write it here. Let me write it here. Electric field at p due to a can be given as, yes, you guys can see the distance between a and p. Can you guys guess what is the distance between a and p? Can I say it is r plus a? This is a and this distance is r. So can I say r plus a? I hope that is understandable. Yes, great. So if that is understandable, I can write k q upon r plus a whole square. Okay, what is the direction? Direction is from p to a. Yes or no? P to a is the direction. I hope everybody is agreeing with me, right? P to a, right? Okay, I can write it from p to a as my direction, and I can say this is my equation number 2, right? So I got electric field at p due to b, electric field at p due to a. Both the values I got. Now all I need to do is find out the net value. Now how I'm supposed to find out net value? Yes, by using superposition principle. Yes or no? Right? So you guys can see all I have to do is vectorially add both the electric field, right? So I can see this is my EPB and this is my EPA, right? I hope you guys can understand that the angle between these two is 180 degree. Yes or no? So also we have studied in our previous videos. So whenever this condition comes, the net electric field or electric field at P, let me call it P as your net electric field, this is simply given as EPB minus EPA. That means bigger one minus smaller one is always the answer. Yes or no? I hope that is understandable. Clear? Yes? Great. So all I have to do is place the values, right? So let me move to the next page and we will place the value, right? So EP. Okay, what is the value of EPB? EPB is actually this. You guys can see here. EPB is KQ upon R minus A, right? So let me write it. KQ upon R minus A whole square, right? Minus of EPA. EPA, you guys can see it is EPA. EPA is actually KQ upon R plus A whole square. Now all I have to do is solve this calculation, right? So let's try to solve it. This is EP total, alright, take LCM. This is R minus A whole square, this is R plus A whole square, right? Take KQ common, right? You will get R plus A whole square minus R minus A whole square, right? Okay, great. So this will be EQ, sorry, that will be EP, and this will be KQ. This is R square plus A square plus 2AR minus R square minus A square, and this will be plus 2AR, right? I hope I'm doing it right. Okay, and this I can write R minus A, R plus A whole square. Yes or no? I hope that's understandable. So I can write EP is equals to R square is cancelled with the R square, A square is cancelled with the A square. You are left with KQ multiplied by 4 times of AR divided by, this is a famous identity, A plus B, A minus B, that is A square minus B square. So this is R square minus A square whole square, right? I hope I'm doing it right? Okay, great. So we have studied this term called electric dipole moment, right? So electric dipole moment is defined as P is equals to Q times the displacement between them, right? So 2A is the displacement between the charges and one of the charge value as, so Q times 2A, I can replace it by P as my electric dipole moment, right? So you guys can see Q is here, right? So from here I can take 2 and A, right? So this will become my P, right? So EP is actually equal to KP, and there is 2R divided by R square minus A square whole square, right? Now what is the direction here? You guys can see direction when I look at the diagram. Okay, so I know very nicely that EPB is the bigger one, right? EPB is the bigger electric field, so definite direction will be in that direction, right? Because EPB is the bigger one. Why EPB is bigger? Because niche wala distance is less, right? I hope that is understandable, right? Clear? So direction is from minus P to, you guys can see direction is from in this direction. So can I say it is in the same direction of dipole moment? Yes or no? Because dipole moment is also from minus Q to plus Q, right? So can I say it is in the direction of dipole moment, that is in the direction, along the direction of P, right? So I can write it here, along the direction of P vector, right? That is dipole moment, that is minus Q to plus Q, right? I hope you guys can understand that, right? Yes? Okay, great. Okay, great. So I got the value of electric field at on the axis of a dipole, but let's say the dipole was a short dipole, or let's say the dipole was an ideal dipole. Yes or no, right? So let's say if the dipole was short dipole, for short dipole. Now what do you mean by short dipole? Short dipole means, let's say, you have to look at the diagram here, right? So let's say if the value of A is much less than the value of R, right? That means when your dipole is very short, right? That means you have to understand the distance between your minus Q and plus Q. If this distance is very small, then I can say the axis distance, the R distance, is very large. Yes or no? So for a short dipole, I can consider that when your R is much larger than your A, right? R is what distance from dipole center to the place where I'm supposed to find out my electric field, right? But let's say your dipole is short, that is a separation between the dipole is very small, right? So we call that dipole as short dipole or ideal dipole, right? So for short dipole I can simply say your R is much larger than A. So in this case you can omit your A because A is negligible. Yes or no? A is negligible, so I can approximately say the value of A is approximately equal to 0. I can neglect the value of A, right? So when that happens, this equation changes into EP, changes into 2kpr divided by this A square, or A square is actually 0, so you're only left with R square. Alright, and this will be along the direction of P, right? This R will be cancelled out with this, and here will be you can say the final answer will be EP is equals to 2kp R cube. Yes or no? Along the direction of P. This is the electric field on the axis of a dipole, right? I hope that is understandable. So this is the first case. So let's move to our next case. Second case is electric field due to a dipole on an equatorial plane, right? The first thing that we have to do is we have to make a dipole, right? So let's make a dipole, right? Okay, so let's say I have a minus q charge, I have a positive q charge, and they are separated by some distance. Let me call this A, B, and there is a midpoint O, and they are separated by distance of, let's say, 2a, and it is divided into A and A, right? Okay, the next question that comes to our mind is actually what is this equatorial plane, right? Okay, so let me make you guys understand what is an equatorial plane. So you have to visualize with me. Let's say if this is my x-axis, then equatorial plane will be, anyway it is actually a plane, right? So it's a plane of YZ axis. I hope you guys can visualize that. For example, if that is your x-axis, then obviously this is your y-axis and this is your z-axis, right? So it's like you have this pen, right, and this is your equatorial plane. My hand is the equatorial plane to this x-axis, right? I hope you guys can visualize that. Yes or no? Right? Okay, so let me erase this part, right? So here in this particular case, the equatorial plane is going from the center and it is somewhat like this. This is the equatorial plane. Can you guys visualize it? Right? So that is the equatorial plane, and in that equatorial plane I am placing my point, right? My point can be here, it can be here, it can be anywhere. So in that equatorial plane I am placing my point. Is it understandable? So let me place my point. Let's say in that equatorial plane, this is my point P, where I'm supposed to find out my electric field, right? Can you guys visualize this? This is the equatorial plane. So in that equatorial plane I have placed this point P. Yes, I hope that is understandable, right? Okay, great. So at this point P, I'm supposed to find out my electric field, right? So obviously I can connect these two, right? Let me connect these two. Alright, great. And let's say this distance is some r, right? I hope that's understandable, right? So this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree, right? I do not know this angle, let me call it theta. So this is also theta, right? Okay, great. So by Pythagoras I know PB side will be actually equal to, yes, r square plus a square by Pythagoras theorem, right? Very similarly, AP is again is equals to r square plus a square, right? Great. So now all we have to do is we have to just find out the electric field at point P, right? So one thing I can very nicely see here is that, because, okay, let me go one by one so that you guys can understand. So I can write first thing, electric field at P due to minus q charge, right? Due to minus q charge will be, right? So it will be, you guys can see, at this point, because of minus q charge, the electric field, because first thing is you will place a q naught charge here, right? And this q naught charge is going to experience a force in this direction, and that is your electric field at P due to A. Yes or no, right? I hope that is understandable. Yes, right, great. Very similarly, so you can write that part. Yes, you can write that electric field at P due to A is simply given as K Q upon R square plus A square whole square. Actually it's root square, so it is root square, root and square will cancel out, so simply R square plus A square, right? Direction is from P to A. Yes or no, right? I hope that is understandable. Yes, great. Okay, next thing that we have to see is electric field at P due to plus q charge, right? Okay, due to plus q charge, you guys can see here is the plus q charge and here is my P, right? So due to plus q charge, electric field will be, because this q naught charge is going to experience a force away from it, so let me call it electric field at P due to B will be in that direction. Yes or no? I hope that's understandable, right? Or very nicely I can write it here, electric field at P due to B is simply given as KQ upon again R square plus A, because root and square will cancel out, right? And direction is from B to P. Yes or no? You guys can see direction is from B to P. Yes or no? So now let's go back to our diagram and let's try to see here, right? Can you see there is a division here? I can make a division here, and when I make the division, can I say this angle is actually theta, and also this angle is also theta, because you guys can see this is alternate angle. So if this is theta, then this angle is also theta. Yes or no, right? I hope everybody can see that. Yes. So if that is true, I can divide my EPA into components, right? First component is EPA cos theta, which is along this, and there will be second component which will be along EPA sin theta, which is, you know, in the downward direction. Yes or no, right? I hope that is understandable, right? Yes or no? Okay, next I can see one more component here, right? I can see one more component here, the component, because of EPB will also have two components, right? One is along this direction, that is EPB sin theta, sorry, not sin theta, it will be again cos theta, I'm really sorry, it will be cos theta, right? EPB cos theta. Next one will be EPB sin theta, which will be along in this direction, right? Yes or no? I hope you guys can understand that. So basically you got two components here. Yes or no? We got two components here. All we have to do, and we can clearly see that these two components, the vertical ones, right, the vertical ones are equal and opposite, and they will cancel each other out, right? So you guys can see vertical one will cancel each other out, and the only thing that is left is that this EPB cos theta and EPA cos theta, they will add up. I hope that is understandable. Yes or no, right? Okay, great. So all I have to do is I have to write the vertical components, will cancel out, and the horizontal components will add up. Yes or no? So that means you have to understand here, what was the vertical component? The vertical components were EPA sine theta and EPB sine theta, right? These were the vertical component. They will cancel each other out. Yes or no? So only left with horizontal component. So net electric field at P is actually EPA cos of theta plus EPB cos of theta. This is the final result, right? Yes or no? Now one more important thing that we have to understand from the diagram. So can you guys see there are two triangles here, right? First triangle, can I say this is a triangle? So this triangle, this is my O, this is my B, this is my P side, right? This is A, this is R, and this is root of R square plus A square, and this is theta. So from this triangle, can I find out the value of cos theta? Can I find out the value of cos theta? Very nicely, I know cos theta is actually equals to base upon hypotenuse. Yes or no? So base is my A and hypotenuse is root R square plus A square. So can I write cos theta is equals to A upon root of R square plus A square? Yes or no? Very important. I can use this in the next part, right? So here I can write EP is equals to the value of EPA is something which we already know. The value of EPA is KQ upon R square plus A square, right? This is KQ upon R square plus A square. Cos theta value is something which we just find out, right? That is A upon root of R square plus A square, right? A upon root of R square plus A square, right? Plus EPB, we also know the value of EPB, that is KQ upon R square plus A square, right? That is KQ upon R square plus A square, and the value of cos theta is something which we already know, that is A upon root of R square plus A square, right? Okay, all we have to do is solve this value, right? EP will be simply equal to, right? You guys can see here, this is R square plus A square, this is 3 by 2, right? This is KQA plus KQA upon R square plus A square power 3 by 2, right? Okay, so final value will be EP is equals to twice of KQA upon R square plus A square 3 by 2, right? Yes or no? And you guys we know this 2 times of Q times of A is what we call as our dipole. P is equals to Q times of 2A is your dipole moment. Yes or no? Right? Magnitude of one of the charge and the displacement vector is what you call as our dipole moment, that is P, right? So I can write it here, EP is equals to K times of P upon R square plus A square power 3 by 2, right? Okay, now next important thing, the direction. Where is the direction? Can you guys see? Direction is in this direction, right? Yes or no? Direction is along this direction. Yes or no? I hope you guys can see. So can I say if this is my positive x-axis, then this is my minus x-axis? Yes or no? Right? Or also I can say if minus q to plus q is the plus p direction, then plus q to minus q, is it minus p direction? Yes or no? Is it minus p direction? I hope I'm making sense, right? Okay, great. So that means direction is along minus p, opposite to the dipole moment, right? I hope that is understandable, right? Okay, great. Now for short dipole, we know that what is the condition for short dipole, that is the value of A is much less than the value of R. So at this particular cases I can omit my A. So if I omit my A, I'll get EP is equals to, this thing can be changed into KP upon R square, and A is 0 power 3 by 2, right? So 2 will be cancelled out, and the final value will be EP is equals to KP R to the power 3, right? This is along minus P. This is the value of electric field due to a dipole at on an equatorial plane of a dipole, right? I hope that is understandable, right? I hope you understood the video. If you have any doubt, you can comment down, and I hope all of you are doing good. Stay home, stay safe.